Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this video. Today we're going to review You Are the Company You Keep. Is your inner circle helping you to improve, or they're hurting you? So before we dive into the specifics of getting the right company around you or evaluating your company, just take a mental note of the circles in your life of friends you have. And for me, when I look back, as my life progressed, I have had different groups of friends in different situations, right? And each group was there for me during that time in my life. That doesn't mean they were going to stay there forever. It's an interesting component to think, because some people might think that that is like mean or selfish or whatnot, but it is the natural flow of life. If you are growing as a person, your circle is going to continually change because your values might change, what you want to accomplish might change, and that's okay. That's an important thing to understand. Like for me, a couple things I noticed when I was in college. I was on the football team for a year, and that was my group. That was my core group. And this is just an example rather than anything, but that football team was my group. And it was like, oh, okay, we do everything together. We are friends because of proximity. And then I remember my junior year, I joined like a fraternity, and that became my new group. So just naturally, I shifted from one group to the next. And you could tell that the different values or the different things that these people brought to the table helped create the person I am today. And as I went to grad school, it changed again, and now as an adult, it changed again. So your circles are going to change. The key component is, do you have that tight-knit group of people who are going to keep pushing you forward? Because that's really what matters. They always say you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. That is so true. So if you're spending your time with someone who is very complacent or basic, then most likely you will be. That's the reality of it. So the first step is really understanding what you want, what you value, and where you want to go in life. And then the second step is start to reach out to people who are aligned with that vision. Doesn't mean you'll be friends right away, right? Like making friends as an adult is challenging. It's awkward. But if you align with someone who is on that same path, it's going to be easy, and your inner circle is going to start to grow. Also, a side note to that is, as you get older, your inner circle gets smaller. It's the reality of it, and it's okay. It's okay to have a small group of friends, because not everyone's going to see the world the way you do, and you want to make sure that you're around people who are going to challenge you and not just be yes people. That's an important aspect too, to keep growing your mind and growing where you want to be in life. I would say a couple other things would be, find different groups to be around. Like if you have a hobby, find a group that likes that hobby. Try to meet people in that same situation, because you already have a common thread of like. Doesn't mean that you'll like other things, but it may mean that. So just find that hobby group and start to elaborate that. And then always think bigger. Like, hey, if I'm thinking bigger right now and you're consistently talking to someone who's not, find someone who's going to be thinking bigger. I always think about that in my life. Like, am I thinking big enough, and consistently challenging my thought process to keep thinking bigger and bigger and bigger, because, what's the point if you're not? So if you like that video, give us a like, follow, share. Thanks for checking it out.